Six Million Dollar Man was one of the greatest shows of all time and one of my favorites growing up, but even a perfect show has its technical goofs, small they may be. Sometimes they're actually kind of funny when you think about them. You take this first goof, Steve Austin has just been in a plane crash in the desert. His eyes have been temporarily blinded, even his bionic eye. In this scene, Austin is asking a passenger if he's seen any air rescue. Of course, the script says no. At this point, it's too early in the show for a rescue. But yet, if you look really carefully, you'll notice the sender either needs glasses or this is a goof because thanks to high-def video, we can see a plane flying in the background at the exact moment the senator claims there are no planes in the air.
Any sign of air rescue?
No, at least not yet.
Well, you want to give it to me straight?
In the episode Act of Piracy, Steve Austin jumps into the water, clearly wearing green socks. But in the water, it appears he's wearing flippers. Now, where in the world did he get those? But then when he gets out of the water, he's completely barefoot. Okay, he could have took his socks off in the water. I get that, but still. In the same episode, the bad guys take off in a boat, and there's only 4 of them. But just a few seconds later, they get another passenger from somewhere. I don't know where. In the episode Stranger in Broken Fork, Steve Austin jumps from a moving truck, but who lands is definitely a stuntman, and definitely not Lee Majors, even though he played a stuntman in his next series, The Fall Guy. This one I think is really interesting. On the second season episode, The Bionic Woman Part 2, during the scene where Jamie and Steve are jumping over a fence, we see a ladder at the corner of the picture that, according to the DVD commentary by Kenneth Johnson, was placed there so that they could jump off of it, thus creating the illusion of jumping over the fence. I think I would have been crushed to know this particular trick as a kid back in the 70s. In the Season 3 episode, The Return of the Bionic Woman Part 2, Steve has nothing with him when he first starts running towards the bad guy's compound, where the Bionic Woman is already. Yet, as he gets near the plant, suddenly he's wearing a side pack, and his shoes have changed from dark to white. I wonder if that had anything to do with the tendency back then to reuse stock footage. I mean, I know they used to have stars wear the same clothing over and over again so they could reuse old shots. Think of Bonanza or Gilligan's Island. In the same episode, as Steve and Jamie are being driven off in a limo to begin their new assignment, Rudy and Michael see them off. Or do they? It appears when the car drives off, suddenly there's no one in the back seat, where Steve and Jamie were sitting, unless, of course, they ducked down for some unknown reason. In Season 3's The Deadly Test, there's this really cool scene where the Six Million Dollar Man throws a rocket at a van with a bad guy in it. But if you look really closely, you can see that the rocket is actually on a visible wire as it heads towards the van before it explodes. In Season 3's The Secret of Bigfoot Part 1, if you look really closely, you can see crew members hanging out on the side. Now, in this scene, this is where the $6 million man has chased Bigfoot. He's went into the mountain. He passes out, and the aliens are wheeling him in this gurney. Just keep a close eye on the gurney, on the reflections, and you'll see the crew members staring back at you. In Season 4's Death Probe Part 1, the probe attacks a farmer. The farmer shoots at the probe and then does what people always do in old movies when they run out of bullets. They throw the gun at the monster or Superman or whoever it is instead of reloading it. The probe grabs the shotgun and then starts to turn it. It's then we see what looks to be a gloved hand helping the probe's arm turn. Look at the bottom right and we'll slow it down so you can see it a little bit clearer. See if you can spot this goof from Season 4's episode Danny's Inferno. Austin jumps off a tall building that is under construction with a teenager on his back, as he's in a big hurry to get away from the bad guys and stop a bomb from blowing up a dam. Did you spot the goof? Let's slow it down just a little bit more. Notice that the kid's legs on Austin's back have shrunk dramatically. It's obvious that the kid has turned into a dummy. You know, the stuffed plastic kind. Hey, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, hit the bell for future notifications, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.